In our Brother Race Report, we pop along to the Donnybrook motocross track in Zimbabwe for international motocross. Your commentator, Laren van der Westhuizen.
Thanks, Dave. We're at Donnybrook in Harare for the FIM Africa Motocross of Nations. 7 countries represented in the icon event of motocross in Africa. You can see a lot of youngsters and a lot of development in the African Motocross of Nations. The host country, Zimbabwe, will be hoping to topple the favourites, South Africa. A big crowd turned out to watch one of the biggest events Africa has witnessed in many, many years. Aerial shots of one of the best tracks in Africa. Donnybrook Park, been around a long time, and this layout the riders are enjoying. Time for the parades, and Zimbabwe would lead the way out. Big team of riders, 87 in total. Botswana represented for the first time as an official team, led by Ross Branch. They would also have some strong contenders. Kenya, one of the most improved countries in motocross in Africa over the last few years. Some strong juniors in this team. And on paper, the favourites, Team South Africa. They'll be hoping to target all the classes. Great to see Uganda bringing such a big team. 27 riders had made the trip. And Zambia, the host nation from last year, was a very strong team in their neighbouring country. We're going to catch up with Kenyan team captain Ivan Guya.
Racing in Kenya, we don't really have this many competitors. And like in my class, I'm normally the fastest, so I don't have this much competition. So when I come here, I'm exposed to that competition, which is very good. So as a sport, I mean, in Kenya as a motocross sport, we still have some work to do. We still need to grow and improve on our riders, our tracks. But yeah, it's amazing to come out every year and have the Motocross of Nations.
The little Peewee class got an opportunity to get out onto this fantastic Donnybrook circuit and compete in front of a large crowd. Starting from the main jump, away they go. And very difficult circuit for the little guys to compete on. Very sandy, the Donnybrook track, but looks like they're dealing with it very, very well. The man right up in front, Christian Desfontaine, under pressure though from the 100 of Luke Southern. Great to see the little Yamaha Peewees out on the track. This is where it all starts for a lot of the guys. 2 Botswanan riders also got into the field, nice to see, adding some international flavour. But the 100 of Luke Southern was the man to beat. Christian Desfontaine would bring it home in second place, but a great ride from the little Peewees, and they enjoyed every moment. Look how tiny they are.
It's so nice to have our track, have it ridden by everybody, and everybody actually coming forward and saying, "Yeah, what a good track!" And yeah, we're very, very happy to have hosted this. I think we put on a great host. Yeah, and just really, really happy with what has happened. It's come together all well, and yeah, can't complain.
Ashley Thixton, part of the very hard-working Zimbabwe team that have put this event together. It's time now for the 50cc class. The first official class for the FIM Africa Motocross of Nations. They'll be scoring points for their country. What a big field and what a bright future for motocross in Africa. It's all about the start. Zimbabwe's Emmanuel Bako getting a whole shot on a track he knows very, very well. Emmanuel's been competing in South Africa, but there's problems for Jet Takunen, the Kenyan, on the number 16. Unfortunately, it looks like he's out of it. No points for Kenya in this one. Emmanuel Bako leads the way with a bunch of South Africans trying to hunt him down. James Thompson was looking for a win. The number 7 Zimbabwe rider, Jordan Dudney, also trying to get in the action. Had one of the fastest times in practice. Emmanuel Bako, a little look over his shoulder. Here's your race leader on the number 3. Pulled a big lead now on the second place man, James Thompson. Vian Deploy back in third place. So the 2 South Africans trying to hunt down on the Zimbabwean up in the front. A couple of Zimbabweans there are in a big tussle. Travis De Silva and Jordan Dudney. Once again, good points for Zimbabwe in this one. It was going to be a tight battle at the end. Emmanuel Bako getting past a few back markers. It looks like Jet Takuna on the 16 is up and running again. That's good news for Kenya. Here's Vian Deploy on the number 15, trying to get in the action and get on the podium. Good to see the white bibs out there as well. The 51 of Ryan Wasmouth. White bib means that you were just competing for yourself. Oh, as Lucas Fenter drops it coming out of the turn. And South Africa won't enjoy that. Those points dropping away from them. So it looks like Scott Hewer making the pass back on Lucas Fenter. Checker flag is waiting up for our race leader. It's going to be Emmanuel Bako. But we're just getting confirmation that due to a technical infringement, he's going to drop down to third place. So the eventual winner then, James Thompson. Vian Deploy will be in second place and Manuel Baco in third. Time for the 65cc class. Clutch, gearbox and plenty of horsepower. Great start from the outside for Hayden Tully. And bringing along another one of the Zimbabweans. A big field of riders trying to get through the first turn cleanly, but not for everyone. Ryan Massimo on the number 9, unfortunately one of Zimbabwe's favourites, going down in turn 1. He's going to have to ride from the back of the field. The reigning champion up to the front. Jonathan Mlimi brings along another South African rider on the number 12, Hayden Tully. And right with him, Kudamene with a good start as well on the number 6. Good to see the Swaziland riders out there. And Dylan Kirk on the 77, representing an unofficial team from Swaziland. They'll be hoping to be an official team in 2016. They had some talent in the 65cc class. James Moore in the number 14 went through, long way down the field, trying to catch back up. The 31 of Cosmos Mamalukas being led by a race leader on the number 1. Jonathan Mlimi still leads the way. There we can see still some big battles going on for the final podium spots. The Swazi riders trying to get on the action. Blake Young being their number 1 rider. Waiting up on the checkered flag for our race leader. Here he comes, Jonathan Mlimi. Spectacular win and will remain the FIM Africa Motocross of Nations champion. So just confirming then, Jonathan Mlimi with the win. There's Hayden Tully in second place. It'll be a good strong finish in third for Blake Young. Let's catch up though with our race winner, Jonathan Mlimi.
Yeah, the track was pretty good. Second race it got rough, and yeah, I just managed to keep it on 2 wheels and up in front. Just had to thank all my sponsors, TRP distributors, Thor, Bridgestone, KDM, and all my other sponsors behind me. And I just had to say well done to all the other guys and my teammates here. And yeah, thanks.
Time now for the biggest class on the day, the 85cc lights class. And wow, take a look at that. 30-odd riders making their way down into turn 1, and it looks like a great start for the Zimbabwean. Devin Crocker, very tight right-hand switch into a left-hander, which caught out quite a few riders. There you can see them dropping off, and a few riders at the back, well, having to take evasive action. The number 6 leads the way at the moment, Devin Crocker, so great start for the Zimbabwean. There's the favourite, Slade Smith, on the number 15 for Team South Africa. He'll be working his way through the field. Tristan Grange on the number 8 for Zimbabwe, somewhere in the mid-pack, also working his way up. Could see all the Botswana riders and the Zambian riders in the mix. The 43 going through of Jason Shield. See the riders going through that rhythm section. Great to see up and down, and who's going to get through there quickest. Looks like Dalton Fenter trying to make his way past Davin Crocker in a big jump. Can he make the pass on the number 11? Davin Crocker holds the inside line. Aggressive move to hold onto the race lead, and Dalton Fenter has to still settle for second place. Christian Celias on the number 12. Is Caleb Young going past Vickers van Sandwyk. So the Swazi rider having a great ride as well. They had some real talent in the junior classes. Davin Crocker is a real talent for Zimbabwe and leads this MX Lights class. Very good riding style, and his dad is one of the best off-road riders around in Africa. So you can see where he gets the talent from. Christian Celias making his way nicely into the top 5 for Team South Africa on the number 12. Enjoying his new bike as well. Big jump, beautiful track for the 85 lights class. The number 7 is Regan Bond. He had a great race in the second heat for Zimbabwe, scoring some very valuable points, but now in a big tussle with the number 17, Rolf Kiara from Kenya. Some more white bib riders enjoying themselves at the FIM Africa Motocross of Nations, but we've got a big tussle going on for the front. Slade Smith has found his way into second place and putting Davin Crocker under huge pressure. Dalton Fenter has made a mistake, dropped back to third and lost a bit of ground. The number 14 of Matthew Green in fourth place. He's had a brilliant race so far. The young rider who does the off-road and motocross. And a real talent. So Christian Celias back in fifth place for South Africa. And South Africa scoring some very valuable points, bringing along Vickers van Sandwyk. The 26, one of the Ugandan riders, Aviv Orland, having a good ride right behind him. Another one of his teammates, Bendicto Nsumba. Great to see the talent coming out of Africa. Oh, one of the Zambian riders going down. Unfortunately, that looks like he's going to be out of it. So not good news for Zambia here. So Abel Fredman will try and pick that bike up and get going again. He knows he has to get some points for Zambia. New race leader, though, on the number 15, Slade Smith has found his way around Davin Crocker, who made the mistake at the back end of the circuit. into second place. Still a great ride for the young rider. Got many years left in the lights class. Dalton Fenter back in third place after that mistake. Just can't catch the front two. A podium going to be good enough for him. Christian Celia is still riding really well, enjoying his new bike, like we said, and scoring some good points. Slade Smith under control in the front. One of the most talented riders in Africa. Bright future for him. There's the 51 lying in 17th place, Majaji Muzariri. If you were in the top 20 of the MX Lights class, you're a bright star for the future. Davin Cocker, though, in second place. Looks like he's given up the chase on Slade Smith. Time running out. He's got a big enough gap over the third place man, Dalton Fenter. We'll be looking at an overall win here after two good first heats. The winner going to be Slade Smith. And we had an opportunity to catch up with him and find out all about it.
Yeah, my day was good. Had a few mechanical problems this morning, but that's all sorted out. Got the whole shot in most of the hits. Yeah, it was a lucky weekend.
Next week on Two Wheels TV, we catch up with the remaining classes of the FIM Africa Motocross of Nations. Join us then for a fantastic show.
In our Thor Results Roundup, we take a look at the winning countries in the FIM Motocross of Nations. In the 50cc class, South Africa scoring a massive 109 points ahead of Zimbabwe, and guest riders from Swaziland, Kenya, Uganda and Zambia filling the minor placings. In the hotly contested 65 class, South Africa once again victors ahead of Zimbabwe, Swaziland, Uganda, Zambia and Botswana, picking up 4 valuable points. In the lights class, the 85cc's, South Africa once again dominant ahead of Zimbabwe, Swaziland, Kenya, Uganda and Zambia.